Well, good morning, everyone. We're excited to participate in Energize 2020. Thank you for participating. Thanks, Tank Utility, Cargus, QualPlay, Satane for putting it on. Nice to have some business conversations. Just wanted to jump in and let me see. Oh, a little bit of an issue. Talk for a minute, given the current pandemic situation, how we have some clients utilizing P3. A lot of our clients use our mobile service, and they've looked at that, given everything that's happening right now, as a means to limit employee contact. Previously, if you had a technician that was filling out a paper form that was then coming back into the office, obviously you're going to have some contact there. So our clients have seen that as a real advantage to have an electronic form. You can limit contact. Had a lot of clients actually taking that a step further and having the office review the paperwork before they'll dispatch the technician to leave the property, making sure that you don't have to go back, that you have everything that you need. We've also recently developed a pandemic policy and procedure. We're going to make that available to all companies at no cost. PERC recommends that marketers have a pandemic policy and procedure. So if you're interested, let us know. This is something that does need to be customized, so there is a conversation that needs to occur, but that we're excited. We think that could be real valuable to a lot of people, and we're excited to help out. And we also offer remote training. Let's see. Yeah. Having some screen issues here. Let's see. All right. So P3 is a documentation and regulatory compliance platform. It's been in the marketplace for 6 years now. It's adopted across the country with large marketers, small marketers, and everyone in between. So really the challenge that we're addressing is that your propane safety documentation is incredibly important. At the end of the day, it's what protects the company. But there's really no way to audit it completely. You've got technicians in the field who don't love paperwork, filling out this incredibly important paperwork. You've got managers that have a lot of responsibility. You've got training that's generally not customized based on technicians' needs. In fact, with the average two appliance safety inspection has over 50 fields that need to be audited for accuracy and completion. What we see when we start working with clients is a 30% error rate in their documentation. And think about that. This is documentation you're using to protect the company, and a 30% error rate. We're seeing regulatory compliance is even worse. With respect to regulatory compliance, we're talking about your container sets, your operating tests, your cathodic inspections. If you have DOT containers, the requals, the regulator replacements, all of this reporting is baked into P3. How it works is you can either use our mobile service. A lot of our clients now use the mobile service, but we also have paper forms, or you can use your paper forms. Those are going to be ingested by P3. So obviously, if you're using the mobile service, that's going to flow right in. If you use a paper form, that can be keyed in. We also have a data entry center that we do a lot of data entry for clients if you're interested. And that's going to be analyzed. We're going to give you compliance reporting, and we're also going to tell you which ones are good and which ones need follow-up. They're not really protecting the company the way they should. For a mobile service, we've really focused on that, and it helps clean up the paperwork quickly. With our mobile service, what we do is we call it input error reduction. Most of the inputs are drop downs with respect to the inspection criteria. So we see when people are using paper forms, a lot of times that combustion chamber condition question, you'll have guys that write steel, or they're using a material description. That's not the intent. We really want to understand from a safety perspective, is it okay or not? So we limit the options that technicians can choose. And if they have a question on any any of the fields. We call it Mobile Professor. They can actually click on it. Combustion chamber condition and a material description is going to come up of what we're really looking for with the inspection. It helps guys understand, they got a question, they can zoom in on what's important for them. We also have released error recognition technology. This has been a real game changer. So we are going to flag as the work is completed any inaccurate or incomplete inspections. So if someone didn't fill out a inspection completely, or in this case, we've got a leak check, we're using a water manometer, we've done a start pressure 10 and end pressure 10. That's flagged. It's flagged because of incorrect test procedure. NFPA 54 Annex C wants 9 inches plus or minus a half inch. So that's been really cool to see that working in the field. It's pretty neat. The process is easy to do. You can finalize and basically you're going to sign and finalize the PDF. You can then get emailed directly to the customer. It's going to go right into your P3 desktop database. This is a slide of the dashboard. This is where you can, if you have multiple locations, you can select your location. You're going to identify important stuff if you had a non-compliant leak check, and also the photo review process is right these left slides, these right here. And photo review is something that we see a lot of people jumping into now. It's a lot of insurance companies really like it because if it's your word, if you set a container and then the homeowner later sets in a window AC unit right above it, but you don't have any documentation of that, and there's some sort of accident, you're not going to be in a great place. The big bag gas company versus the homeowner is not great. So we're really trying to limit this to tank set auditing, or that's what we recommend. People don't overreach on it. And we have a real holistic process. It starts with training the technicians, making sure you have good photos coming in, that they're doing this when they do a safety inspection. It's really straightforward. We've got a great training team that's going to train the guys in the field. Then we're also training the office staff how to review the photos, what they should be looking for, and what they should be flagging. So, right now, we have most of our clients using P3 use photo documentation. Talked to a number of people that are taking pictures, but they don't necessarily have a great way to review them, and they kind of get stacked up. You got a bunch of photos in your email. You're not sure, days pass, and it's unclear which account that really went with. So this is something that's been really beneficial. We're really excited about it. Really can tie into training as well with your technicians, so you give them feedback. The other element that really ties into training is our technician performance report. There's a lot of great training in the industry. The problem that we see is that it's been mostly generic. What you're able to do with P3 is you're able to customize the training. We could review our technicians. We can understand where they're falling short. Guys don't love to raise their hand and say, I don't understand. With P3, now you can see, how are they doing? Are they getting good leak checks in? Are they having trouble with flow and lockup? Are they getting you regulator date codes? How are the photos? Are you flagging those? And you can give them customized feedback and training. We've had a lot of clients build this into their employee reviews. It's a nice quantitative evaluation of your team. Try to make it really easy to get started with P3. It's intuitive. It's well received by technicians. What we see from the technicians are well intentioned, but they really want additional guidance and support, and that's what we can provide. On the front end, what we do with each client is there's a customized onboarding process. You're going to get instruction from one of our propane safety training experts. You got someone that really knows what they're talking about, guiding your team. And we do have a 6-week pilot available. We have a lot of clients that take advantage of that. And what we say generally is, try it. If we don't prove that we're worth working with, then don't work with us. And we're very, very successful at our pilot process. We're also one of 10 companies that's an MPGA affinity program provider. Companies like Goodyear Tires, Staples. Obviously, we're smaller than those companies. I think it's the MPGA really identifying that propane safety is something that's good for the entire industry, and the documentation is something that a lot of folks need help with. So I want to make sure I stay inside of my 5 minutes here. So
yeah, this is great, Kyle. Can I ask you? So how can people get in touch if they want to learn more?
You can go to our website, p3propanesafety.com, and there's some request forms they could fill out. You could give any one of us a shout, but starting with a website's a great place.